Well, tonight was pretty interesting because, for me, I was planning on going to see some of the major releases that were coming out this weekend, but instead I got a phone call from my really good friend Derek, and thanks to Zachary Marks, the film wizard, we got to see an advanced screening. It comes out next Friday, October 17th, but we got to see it tonight. The film is called The Book of Life, which is the brand new animated 3D film produced by Guillermo del Toro. Now, I don't know if this is the first time he has produced an animated film, but I know that he's been a creative consultant for many DreamWorks films. And I hope after this film that he goes and produces a lot more, because he is a great director. Of course, we all know that from last year's Pacific Rim, and he's got another film coming out in 2015. But for this animated film, I had a lot of hope because it was produced by Guillermo del Toro, and the movie really did look great. Even though I was never really impressed by the story when it came to the trailers. It's like some weird love triangle that is telling a story through one of the biggest events in Mexico, the Day of the Dead, which I believe happens on November 2nd. I'm not someone who really knows about the Day of the Dead. I never really celebrated it or seen it being celebrated in person. Though after watching this, I'd be really curious to be a bystander when all of this stuff going on. It was really something. After watching this, something that I think I should do sometime in my life. Now, the film is an animated film. It's in 3D. We did see it in 3D. But it's telling the story of a love triangle between two guys that are in love with the same girl. And we're kind of introduced to the story as these young kids, looks like these white kids, go to the museum and learn about the Day of the Dead, learn about the importance of it, learn about Mexican culture, Latino culture. And this woman that is working at the museum kind of tells the story of this love, of this journey between these two kind of rivals. One person is a woman, she, believes in humanity, where the other one, they kind of have like this love relationship, but this other one doesn't really believe in humanity, and they kind of place this bet on who is actually going to marry this girl. Will it be this one guy or this other? So there's really this weird battle that goes on, that of course involves all these multi-layer worlds. Of course, we get the real world, then we get the world of the remembered, and then we get the world of the forgotten. And so we get to go through all these weird worlds and see this really crazy looking world. I mean, alone, before actually watching this movie, I did think that the animation looked really unique and different, something like I'd never seen before. Even though I'd seen images from the Day of the Dead, it looks like they did capture that. And now, having seen the film, this film is just glorious to look at. 3D is fine. 3D is good, and I would definitely recommend it if you don't mind forking over the dough, or if you can find a free way to see the 3D. But I would recommend seeing this film. Please support this movie. It has got to be one of the most unique animated films of the fall season. I did like the Box Trolls, even though I was never emotionally connected to that story. It didn't really have this beating heart to it the way that this film does. The movie about the Day of the Dead has a huge beating heart throughout the entire film. I like some of the messages that are in this movie. I like the characters. I like this love triangle that happens between these two characters. And there's a huge laundry list of actors and actresses. A lot of white actors, a lot of Latino actors that are in the film. And I think it really does a really good balance to balance all these characters to get you to care about them. There's a lot of great energy, a lot of great music. I don't know if some of it was written for the screen, because there also is a lot of source music that's in the film that I recognized. One of the songs was written by Radiohead. It's one of the famous songs Radiohead ever wrote, Creep. And then also in the soundtrack department, the score department, they actually infuse a lot of really cool soundtrack elements to it. At the same time, they use the score of the good and the bad and the ugly. So that was really cool when I heard that. And there's just a really awesome story that you can follow, you can care about. I felt like, as someone who didn't know a lot about the Day of the Dead, I felt like I learned a lot about the Day of the Dead in a very entertaining, fun, family-friendly animated film. And I would definitely recommend this film for the entire family. I didn't really find anything offensive or wrong. I think it's funny, it's self-aware, it has a lot of great humor. The design of the animation is just beautiful. I can't wait to own this on Blu-ray so I can watch it on my television. I don't need to see it in 3D again, because it's okay. The 3D is good, but it was just the colors. There's so many beautiful colors. And I hope that this film actually gets some Oscar consideration come Oscar time, though I think it might have some tough competition when it comes to the Lego movie. But overall, I felt like this was a really well-made film. If I had one gripe, it's a nitpick. I felt like the movie is just too on all the time. It's always on, always on, always on, always on. But bam, 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 throwing things at you, hitting you in the face with funny stuff that I wish it just would have pulled back just a little bit and had some more tender, honest, heartfelt moments. There's some of them are in there, but they don't really get to fester and develop. They're just suddenly, there's a nice moment, and then bam, we're back, you know, and there's like the bam, you know, it's just like thrusted with you a lot, and that kind of was a little distracting at times, but overall, I think The Book of Life is a really great animated film and something definitely worth checking out. I hope it's a big hit so we get more films from this director. I think this is a first-time director, and I would also love to see more films, animated films, produced by Guillermo del Toro. Again, he's one of the best working today. I'm looking forward to Pacific Rim 2, and this other movie that's got coming out called Crimson Peak. So, love you, Guillermo del Toro, and you definitely produced one of the best animated films of the year. It's not a perfect in my eye, but it didn't need to be perfect. It's just beautiful to look at. It's definitely worth checking out, supporting. Again, take the whole entire family to see this film. I highly recommend you see The Book of Life, and I'm going to give it a solid 3.5 stars out of 4. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com. We also, me and Derek did a review for the film Book of Life on We Live Film. Please go check that out. Find out what Derek thought about the movie. You can find that We Live Film, YouTube, WeLiveFilm.com, stuff like that. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePod.com. And if you've enjoyed this movie review, please click right here. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life. And I hope to have a wonderful life. I hope you have a wonderful life. Alright everyone, I'll talk to you in my next movie review. Bye everyone, and peace be with you, my friends.